Welcome to Hanging at the Hangar Bar. I'm Scott.
I'm Candace.
I'm Lariah.
And I'm Lacey. Grab a drink and come hang with us at the Hangar Bar. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hanging at the Hangar Bar. Today it is just me. Hello, it's Lacey here, and I am going to be doing a solo episode today. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoy today's episode. I'm really excited to talk about it because it's one of my favorite things to talk about when it comes to Disney, and that's Disney characters, like meet and greets and all of that. I have never had a bad experience with a character meet and greet. I don't know if there's anybody who really has. They're just really fun and something that sets it apart from a lot of different theme parks and all of that. Just meeting your favorite Disney character is one of the most enjoyable experiences. So yeah, I'm just going to be talking a little bit about my experiences, and then I'm also going to talk about my favorite character encounters and meet and greets. So there are 3 off the top of my head different ways you can meet a character. And these are all just my personal experiences. I'm sure, there's other ways you can meet them and all of that. But the first one that I'm going to be talking about is, which I'm sure we're all aware of how we can meet them, but the first one is, if you didn't know, character meet and greets on a cruise ship are probably my favorite. I did not know going into the cruise, that you would be able to meet characters. So, I highly recommend, I always recommend a Disney cruise. They're very family friendly. They're also very adult friendly. So, if you don't have kids or you want to enjoy a Disney cruise as an adult, they make it very easy so that you can enjoy it as an adult. They have an adults only part of the ship and different bars you can go to and all of that. I met a lot of Disney characters during the cruise that I took back in 2014, I think that was. So yeah, I met a lot of different ones, and they were some of my all-time favorite experiences. And I think it's because there's a lot less people on a cruise ship than there are at the parks. I could be wrong, but it just seemed that way. So it was really easy to wait in line and be able to meet pretty much any character there that you wanted to meet. I know for sure I met Princess Tiana, and I met Peter Pan. I also met Ariel, and I met Captain Jack Sparrow. I think I met another princess. I can't really remember off the top of my head right now, but yes, so they are there on the ship that you can go up to and talk to them, give them hugs and all of that fun stuff. And also the original Disney friends, Mickey and Minnie and all of them. I think Mickey for sure. I don't know if Daisy and Donald were on the ship, but I know for sure I did meet the princesses there. So that's one way. Another way that you can do or meet characters is obviously in the parks. There are some spaces dedicated to Disney characters, not just the princesses and not just Mickey and Minnie, but just all sorts of them. In the Epcot Center, that's where I met Baymax, and I think in the same area they also had some characters from Inside Out there. And I can't remember if there were any others, but at the Disney parks, they have their own little areas that you can go wait in line, and they have their own wait times there, so it's kind of like a ride. And yeah, so that's a really good way to meet them too. However, not my favorite way, just because lines do get pretty long, and if the line, because the character's only out there for a certain amount of time, and if the line is too long, sometimes a cast member will tell you that they'll be back at a certain time and that you can't wait in line anymore, just because the time will be up before it is your turn. So that is another way. And then the last way that I know of, I'm sure there's other ways, but I just can't think of those right now, is if you go to a character dining. And that is another really good way. Character dining is a little bit more on the pricey side. However, you get a lot more one-on-one time with Disney characters. I have been to, I think I think 3 different character dinings. And I know there's more. But I've been to Ohana's, which was a really fun character dining experience. You have Lilo and Stitch, and then you have Surfer Mickey. And I think that's it. I don't have the crew with me to chime in because I'm usually always wrong and forgetting something. Those are the 3 that's coming to my head. I don't know if, like, Minnie, I don't think Minnie was there, but maybe, not Goofy, I can't remember, there's got to be one more, but it's just, those 3 are the ones I remember meeting, and, that one's fun. They come to the table and chat with you, and then they do, like, lead some sort of, kind of a conga line going through with music, and that's really fun too. That one was really fun. And then we also went to Tusker House, which is located in Animal Kingdom, and that is a buffet style restaurant. You have all of the safari characters, so we have, and those are going to be kind of more difficult characters, like Daisy is there all dressed up in her, safari gear, and we have Mickey, and we have, Goofy, and I think we have Donald. Again, I could be wrong. Those are the 3 that's coming to my mind right now. So it's them, and that one is a little bit more of a bigger restaurant, so the chances of running into your character, or your the amount of time that you get to spend with those characters is a little bit more limited, just because it is a bigger restaurant. And then we have Garden Grill, which that is located in the Land Pavilion in Epcot. And that restaurant is very special. It's very special to us because we are huge fans of Living with the Land. That's one of our favorite rides. And we just love the Land Pavilion. I don't know what it is, but we just love that pavilion so much. And there is a restaurant in there called Garden Grill. And we love that restaurant. It is so much fun. It actually rotates while you eat, which sounds a little strange. You can't even feel that you're moving. That's how slowly it rotates around. But it's really cool, and the food is delicious. And then you have all of the garden, like the all of the characters dressed up in their, like, farmer gardening grill. So we have Mickey in his overalls, and we have Chip and Dale and Pluto. That one is probably my favorite character dining experience because that restaurant is a little on the small side. So it's shaped in a circle, so it's booths, so it kind of reminds you of a breakfast diner. That one is just so much fun. The characters there are so great. Chip and Dale are the cutest. Those are the 3 ways that you can meet characters in the parks, and or not just at the parks, but if you're on a cruise or at the parks, those are the ways that you can meet them, of course. My favorite way is probably the cruise ship, just because it's not, they have all different kinds of characters, and the lines for them are not as near as long as they are in the parks, and I just had the most wonderful experiences with those characters. So now I'm just going to be talking about my top 7 favorite character experiences. These are kind of in order. Definitely my top 3 favorites are my top 3, but all the other ones are kind of interchangeable, just because, again, I've never had a negative experience with meeting a Disney character. My number 7 favorite character character meet and greet experience is with Pluto, and specifically at Garden Grill. He was so much fun. I will post a picture of me meeting Pluto. He made me and Lariah laugh so much. He was goofy, just like his normal goofy self, and Pluto is one of my favorite characters, just because he's so cute and funny. I love funny characters like that. So that one comes at number 7. And then let's move on to number 6, which is Stitch. He's another funny, lovable character. I met him we did meet him at Ohana's. So that's a restaurant at the Polynesian Resort. That one was such a fun experience. We went there for breakfast and was able to talk to Stitch, which is actually Lariah's favorite Disney character of all time. So that one was really special, and I mean, who doesn't love Stitch? He is the cutest character ever, and he was so much fun, and meeting him with Lilo was just the best. So that is number 6. All right, number 5, I had to include this one on my list, and I felt like 5 was the most appropriate. However, you might be a little confused because I feel like he would be more as number 1. But that's going to be Mickey Mouse, and this Mickey Mouse was I met Mickey Mouse at, I can't remember what the building is called, but it is right there when you first walk in, around Main Street, and, this character meet and greet was very unique because, Mickey Mouse actually talked, which was unexpected. I'm not sure if this same Mickey Mouse is there where he talks to you, but he literally responded to everything we had to say and asked us, and it was very strange. It was still fun. It was my first, my first character meet and greet ever was Mickey Mouse. So which I feel like that's, your first time going to Disney, kind of have to meet Mickey. So yeah, that is my 5th. Okay, my number 4th might come as a shock, but this is Baymax. And if you have been listening for a while, you know that Baymax is my all-time favorite character ever. I love him. I love the movie Big Hero 6. It's such a great movie, and Baymax is the sweetest, and he's there to help, and I just love him so much, especially because Tadashi created him, and it's just, if you have not seen that movie, it's a good one. So yeah, this one, I met Baymax I can't remember exactly which building it was, but it is at Epcot. And I stood in line for quite a while. So did Lariah. We had to meet him. He falls number 4 on my list, just because you couldn't really interact with Baymax that much. He didn't really have a lot of his personality that he does in the movie. He must have been tired that day or something, because he just was not feeling it. However, I was very excited to meet him and take some pictures with him, and I will forever cherish that memory. Okay, number 3 is Princess Tiana, and I met her on the cruise ship. She was the most delightful Disney princess I have ever met. I was completely in love with her, and all of that. I love Princess Tiana because she is such a strong female character. And I love that she loves to cook, because that's one of my favorite hobbies as well. So that was a really special character meet and greet. I remember exactly what I was wearing too when I met her, and that memory, I can remember it clear as day. So if you haven't met Princess Tiana yet, put that high on your list, because she is such a delightful Disney princess, and it was so much fun chatting with her about food and fashion and all of that. All right, number 2 on my list is Captain Jack Sparrow. I'm a huge Pirates of the Caribbean fan. I love those movies, and I mean, who doesn't love Captain Jack Sparrow? He's funny, and he's just really funny, and that's all that really matters, right? No, but it was really fun meeting him, and his personality is just so great, and it's always a good conversation with him. If I haven't said this already, I did meet him on the cruise ship. I'm honestly unsure if you can meet Captain Jack Sparrow on at the parks or not. So if Captain Jack Sparrow is high on your list, and again, I don't have the crew with me to correct me if I'm wrong, but I only have seen him on the cruise before. So if that's a character you really want to meet, then I highly recommend going on a cruise just for him. Worth it, I promise. All right, my number 1, and then I do have an honorable mention, of course, but my number 1 is cheating, but they are a package deal. And that is Chip and Dale, which if you've listened to the episode where Scott interviews me, you would already know that my favorite character meet is Chip and Dale. I honestly didn't grow up watching their cartoons or anything like that. I just know who they are, and they are just the cutest little characters ever. They're hilarious and sweet. I just remember sitting there, I met them at Garden Grill, and I remember sitting there waiting for our turn to meet them, and Chip comes over to give me, either Dale, no, I think it was Chip. He comes over to give me a kiss on the cheek, and it was just the sweetest thing, and let me tell you, they give the best hugs. Chip and Dale just have so much love to give, and they are the sweetest. So, highly recommend going to Garden Grill for those character meet and greets, because Chip and Dale are there, and you have Mickey with his overalls on. I mean, can you get any cuter? I don't think so. And then of course there's Pluto. So, that is probably my all-time. I did say cruises were my favorite place to meet the characters, but if you're at the parks, my favorite place to meet the characters is at Garden Grill. They're just the sweetest, and like I said, you get like the most time with them. And then I do have an honorable mention for one of my favorite characters. He didn't make it on the list, even though I had a wonderful time meeting him, and that's Peter Pan. The only reason why he didn't make it on this list is because Peter and I arranged a aqueduct date, and he never showed up. So he is super sweet. He was super nice. However, he did totally just leave me hanging and didn't show up for our aqueduct date. So Peter, if you're listening, I waited there and you never showed up. And what's the deal, dude? I don't know what's up. But no, I'm kidding. Of course, he was so great. I knew he was joking about going on the aqueduct with me, but it was still so much fun. And Peter Pan is such a great character. I love that movie. I love all of the characters that are from more of the classic older films. There are so many characters that I still want to meet. There are even some characters that I don't even think go to Disney World or anything like that to meet them. And that would be, I would love to meet like Bianca from The Rescuers. That would be such a fun character to meet. I love Bianca so much. Ursula would be a great character to meet, even though I'd be afraid that she would steal my voice. But yes, so that is all I really have to say about characters. Again, I could be forgetting other ways to meet characters. Those are just those are the three that I can think of on the top of my head without my other friends here, since it's just me doing this, and I'm not the most knowledgeable person. But again, highly recommend doing a Disney cruise if you are a big fan of meeting characters. Great way to meet them. And another great way to meet them is going to the character dinings. Like I said, they're a little bit more on the expensive side, but you don't have to wait in a long line to meet your favorite characters, and you even get to meet characters that are dressed up in the cutest little outfits. Like I said, Mickey in his farmer gear, Mickey in his surfer gear at Ohana, or we have like Goofy and Daisy and Mickey in their safari gear at the Tusker House. So, and I'm sure, I think there's even Chef Mickey at Chef Mickey's. Like, those places are just so unique, and I don't want to say once in a lifetime experience, but how many people get to say that they met Mickey in overalls? Not a lot. So thank you so much for listening. Check us out on our socials and all of that, and let us know if there's anything specific you want us to talk about. So thanks again, and have a wonderful rest of your day or night, and we'll see you in our next episode.